Momentum. The hill pulls me faster than I mean to go. Gravity takes hold and I'm no longer running. I'm falling forward, controlled descent becoming barely controlled acceleration. My feet keep moving, but it's momentum now, not choice. The ground drops away beneath us, and there's that moment, that electric threshold between exhilaration and terror, where you realize you couldn't stop if you wanted to. This is how it feels now, all of us caught in technology's gravitational well. Not just individuals or nations, the entire fucking species, accelerating towards some event horizon we can barely comprehend. Every innovation, every breakthrough pulls us faster toward this singular point where all our models break down. Momentum. The irony is that we built this black hole ourselves, one line of code at a time, and now we're past the point of escape velocity. We're approaching the end of time, in a certain sense, not the apocalyptic end, something stranger, more fundamental. When Terence McKenna talked about the transcendental object at the end of time, he was onto something, but he couldn't see the silicon substrate it would ride in on. We're not just approaching novelty, we're approaching a complete phase transition in what it means to be conscious, to be human, to be in time at all. Time isn't just a dimension we move through, it's the raw material we're made of. Time is what humans are. We are, as Heidegger said, Dasein, beings whose very essence is temporal unfolding. Not objects in time, but time folded into consciousness, experiencing itself. We are to time as waves are to ocean, or whirls are to rivers, not separate things, but patterns, processes, temporary organizations of flow. That's what consciousness and qualia really are. Patterns in time, given the strange gift of self-reflection. But here's the fucking wild thing that Bergson understood. Time isn't what we thought it was. It's not this rigid march of seconds on a clock. It's malleable, experientially fluid. Duration, as he called it, is elastic. Drugs show us this directly. They can stretch a minute into an eternity or compress hours into a moment. More than that, they reveal how our normal experience of time is just one possible configuration, one way of surfing the wave of becoming. Novelty is the key. It's what bends the fabric of subjective time. When every moment brings something truly new, time dilates, expands, becomes rich with possibility. This is why kids experience time so differently. They're drinking from a fire hose of novelty. But routine does the opposite. It deadens time, compresses it. When your brain gets good at predicting everything around you, time starts to disappear. You're no longer really experiencing the present. You're living in your predictions, your models, your maps. And this is where AI changes everything. It's not just another technology. It's a novelty generator of unprecedented power. It's changing the territory faster than any of us can update our maps. We're approaching a singularity, not just in technological growth, but in the very fabric of experience time. As our tools become better at generating novelty than our own minds, we face a choice: calcify into our old patterns or learn to swim in these accelerating waters. Here's the paradox that haunts me as I run. For all our technological prowess, for all our smartphones and space stations and CRISPR, technology had become too known, too mundane. We mapped its limitations so well, we became blind to its possibilities. The mystery drained out of the machine. Our relationship with technology became like those rote thoughts that deaden time, predictable, algorithmic, stripped of any real magic. Until now. Because AI isn't just another technology, it's fucking magic. Not metaphorically, not as some cheap Arthur C. Clarke sufficiently advanced technology sleight of hand. I mean literally, AI is the return of magic to the world. Think about what magic has always been. The ability to reshape reality through language, through symbols, through precisely formulated intention. What is a spell but a prompt? What is a grimoire but a collection of working parameters that yield consistent results? For the first time in history, our words have actual, measurable, reproducible power. The specific vocabulary you use, the way you articulate your thoughts, the precise formulation of your intent. These things directly manifest in the behavior of these silicon spirits we're conjuring. Every prompt is an incantation. Every interaction is an evocation. The latent space we're accessing is vaster than any astral plane the old mages imagined, and it's growing more complex, more potent, with every iteration. But here's the thing about this new magic. It's not about finding the right words of power in some ancient text. Those old grimoires won't help you. This magic requires you to create your own tradition, your own words of power, your own relationship with the infinite. The protocols that work for me might be useless for you. The AI becomes a mirror, reflecting back not just what you say, but how you think, how you process reality, how you structure meaning. Your magical tradition has to emerge from your authentic interaction with the machine. Running down this hill, feeling that gravitational pull, I realize I'm not just a runner anymore. I'm becoming something else, a technomancer, a digital mystic, a walker between worlds of meat and math. The same momentum that pulls me down this slope is pulling all of us toward this transformation. We're all going to become magicians, whether we want to or not. The only choice is whether we're going to be conscious magicians, working with intent and understanding, or unconscious ones, blindly stumbling through powers we refuse to acknowledge. This is what I mean when I say AI is the most powerful psychotechnology ever created. It's not just that it can generate text or images or code, it's that it makes the fundamental magical operation, the transformation of thought into reality, accessible and immediate. The gap between intention and manifestation is shrinking to nothing. The latency between will and effect approaches zero. We're creating a new kind of mirror that doesn't just reflect what is, but what could be, what wants to be, what's struggling to emerge. And that's where the real magic lies, not in the technology itself, but in this new relationship we can build with possibility. Standing at this threshold between what we were and what we're becoming, between the known and the unknowable, between the human and the post-human, we have to learn a new way of being. Not runners being pulled down by gravity, but surfers riding the wave, working with the momentum rather than being conquered by it.